Hello and welcome to my channel. It's Lady Visionary here, and I'm here with the African Superstar. Oh
Hey
my God, it's
guys.
amazing to have you on the channel. Like, what? Like,
It's amazing what social media can do.
it's
It wasn't
it's
that long ago.
phenomenal.
It was like a month ago we met, and now we're here together. So thank you so much for having me on your
Yeah,
platform. Excellent.
you're welcome. You know, like we'd arranged to meet, and then even like when meeting you, like coming to the station to meet you today, I was just like, I'm meeting African
Don't do
super.
me
Like
like don't do me like
no,
that.
literally, it was like I'm meeting the African superstar. Like,
Quit. You're
do,
making me come on.
like it was no. I'm telling you the truth. Like I was like, wow. Like my heart was like, but you know, she's an amazing woman. She's an amazing person. You know, like
Thank
from
you.
meeting her on Wodemaya's channel, I've been following you ever since.
Yeah.
Always on your lives, like you know, you for me, you're really inspirational. I feel like you've got so much to offer your audience out there. Your content is amazing. And for me, I've just been like, I just want to listen to you, what you have to say, because you know it's very influential and very positive in my eyes. And you know, a lot of people have something to learn from you. So I was
Thank
like,
you.
you know, I want to be a part of this. I want to learn, you know. So it's been amazing to, you know, connect with you on Wodemai's channel. And just like that, like, you know, we're here
We're
and
here.
we're doing a collaboration. So
We're
thank
here.
you so much for coming here, you know, and being with me and doing this collab. I appreciate it so much.
It's really been my pleasure. I've really enjoyed my afternoon here. You have obviously a beautiful family,
Oh,
and
thank you.
it gives me hope. You know what I mean? It gives me hope.
Yeah.
Because I personally think, the West has robbed many of the diaspora of the opportunity to realize our dreams, build our families, build our generational wealth. And I see you and your husband doing it, and that just gives me so much more motivation. So
Aw.
thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
thank
you.
you, thank
Thank
you.
you.
So, you know, the topic is why Africa. But before
Yes.
we go there, I really want to just come back a little bit and just
Okay.
for you to talk about where, you know, your passion for the continent, where do you think that came from? Just share with us here.
Well, actually, big shout outs to the Lady Visionary family. What's your audience called? What do you call them?
Um, what's the name again? Visionary Family. No, that's
All right.
my Visionary Family because we just got the name recently.
Okay,
So,
Visionary family. So hello, big shout outs to Visionary family. Shout outs to Mo Vegan. Hi, sweetie. I see you there. Big shout outs to you. Um, so basically, a lot of my interest in the continent came from the members of the diaspora that I was associated with growing up back in Columbus, Ohio. I'm Gina Ifoe. I'm the African Superstar. I'm another YouTuber here. And my YouTube channel spans some years now. But I'm also another African traveler. I'm waiting for the borders to open to return back to the continent and continue my aspirations. But I was growing up in Columbus, Ohio, where I formerly resided. There was a very large Ghanaian community. My best friend Kofi, shout outs to Kofi, back in Columbus, Ohio, was my best friend and throughout uni, and he would take me. We were like best buddies. Everybody thought we were dating, but literally we were just homies. Like never been anything like that. But he would take me everywhere. We would go to parties together. He's the first that exposed me to Ghanaian foods. I tried Ghanaian foods and the music. I loved African music to the max. So he exposed me to like the glamorous side of Africa. And I was so excited and really, like looking forward to it. And so I planned my first trip in 2016. I first went to South Africa. I spent 3 weeks, and then I went to Ghana for a week. And by then I had created a massive network, of people that, had arranged for their cousins to, check on me in Ghana. And, I had someone from my Facebook community find housing for me to stay. It was just unbelievable. I mean, it was crazy to be in a place that I never had been and feel that home.
wow.
Wow. So I was thinking like, I don't even feel home in Columbus, Ohio, where I was born. More or less, I come to this place I've never been, and I'm just gelling, and everything's falling into
Wow.
place. and it was just, there's an energy, there's an energy in Ghana that is unmatched. I love going to the continent. I visited 5 other nations in addition to Ghana, but literally there's just this energy whenever I get in Ghana that communicates to me that I have found a place where I belong.
Wow.
When I go out to the sea, I will typically go to Labadi Beach.
Ooh, I love Labadi Beach.
I go to Labadi Beach, and I will hear the ocean. Like the few times I've gone, it's really, I don't know if it's always like that, but when I go, the ocean is roaring. I mean, it's if I try to record videos, it's like the ocean is so loud.
Yeah,
and I just feel like that's the ancestors, like it, the power, like communicating to me. It's a phenomenon. And I love it. I love the weather. I love the people. I love the food. I mean, Ghana is super, super lit. A lot of people are talking about it because of the year return, but I've been going before that. And so I would say that my interest started with my friends. They showed me another side of Africa that I wasn't familiar with, and that made me curious about what more was out there.
So you've been to South Africa, you've been to Ghana. Where else have you been?
I visited Nigeria, Omo Niger, to my Nigerian viewers. I frequent Kenya as well. I've also visited Egypt and Tanzania.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What other places do you think you want, where else on the continent would you like to visit?
Oh gosh, it's a long list. Actually, this year I was due to go to Senegal for the Africa Day conference. I was supposed to speak there. Therefore, in Senegal, I was going to also visit the Gambia. And I also had intentions to go to Ethiopia and Rwanda, because I've been really wanting to go to Rwanda after I transit through there on my way to Kenya. And I was just in the airport area, but I've read up a lot about Rwanda and seen a lot of things that are happening. It's just the creativity that is being exhibited in Rwanda is notable. And I've been really wanting to experience that. And in regards to Ethiopia, there's a lot of ancient history that is in Ethiopia that we in the West are never educated on. My junior sister did 2 years in Ethiopia for the Peace Corps, and she taught me all these things, about Lalibela. There's actually an ancient, what is it? Like, I can't call it a monument, but it's basically a collection of churches that are carved from stone. I mean, it's a world wonder. They're absolutely amazing. And there's so many other ancient African things located in Ethiopia, because Ethiopia, it's the only place that wasn't colonized, by the West. So that means they were able to preserve more authentic of their original culture. So I had Ethiopia on my list, and Rwanda and Senegal and Gambia, but obviously because of the situation.
Obviously, she's invited to Rwanda. Like, I really want to host her in Rwanda. So I'm hoping that you'll come and visit us out there. Like, you're welcome. We're going to host you, definitely. So, like, you visited a few African countries, or, quite a number of African countries. But why do you think Ghana? Because you're set on relocating to Ghana. What was it really about Ghana? I know you spoke about some of it, but like some people would think, oh, maybe I'll travel and I'll see other parts of the continent before sort of making up my mind in terms of where I wanted to go. But for you, you're really set on going to Ghana. So just let us know a bit more about that.
I personally just, I believe in ebbing and flow. I think, unfortunately, like the lifestyle that we're very accustomed to and promoted to live here in the West is a life of friction. Mm-hmm. So we're used to forcing our hand, and we have to convince people, and we have to advocate on our behalf. I believe in going where things flow and where things fit. I have, again, always had an affinity with Ghanaian people. They have been so warm to me around the world. And obviously, I'm looking in a long-term perspective. I want to begin my family on the continent. I want to raise my children there. And so I'm looking at the big picture. Okay, is this culture something that I would be comfortable with my children participating in? Would I be proud for them to identify as a Ghanaian? What are these kind of things? And I think that the environment is very conducive for family. I find that the Ghanaian people are not only warm and receptive, but they're very proud of their country. They represent their country very proud, very well in the diaspora, and I'm just very impressed with them. And furthermore, they receive me with open arms. So when I think about going, you have to evaluate like your strong suits. Where are you going to be able to assimilate? That's my interest. I want to speak tree. I want to wear kente cloths. I want to integrate into the Ghanaian community, and I am very integrated in currently.
Oh, wow.
I have
so
a lot
already
of...
got a Ghanaian here. Like she's already integrated. She's a part of the,
Medo Ghana faux pas.
Oh, wow. So
Yeah.
Ghana's where you want to be. So like people will say, like, people moving from, whether it's from the US or whether it's from the UK, like why Africa? Like what is on the continent? Like why would you want to go there?
mean, basically there's just so much opportunity. There's many reasons why I love Africa. First of all, again, I've talked about the people. I'm a very community oriented people. Now, I'm just going to be honest here. I don't really prefer non-Black people. I like Black people. So I want to be in an environment where Black people are the majority. Okay. I love the climate. I love the weather in Ghana. I know it's really hot. Some people don't like it, but I love it. Even though it's humid, it's hot. I love it. I also see the room for growth. Someone asked, why not the Caribbean? My mother is from Bermuda, and I've actually talked to my family members back in Bermuda. I briefly considered maybe going to Bermuda probably in early 2000, like 2009, 2010. And when I spoke to my family members there, they said, there's limited opportunity because it's an island. A lot of their industry in Bermuda is centralized around tourism. And so there's limits in how you can expand, as well as the cost of living is very, very high in most islands. Prime real estate, they have deliberately created that dynamic to make it unavailable to the local people. And so that is a reason, for instance, why the Caribbean doesn't register high for me. I'm looking to establish generational wealth. I need room to grow. And on the continent, they are still developing in a lot of countries. So that spells opportunity. Okay. If you want to grow, you do what other people are not doing. You identify an opportunity that other people are not utilizing, and you measure up to that. And that's how you actually find success. So for me, Africa, boasts safety, boasts family, boasts opportunity, room for growth. It has culture, not to say other places don't have culture, but, it has a lot to offer. And that is what is drawing me there. So those are some of the reasons, some of the many reasons that I love it on the continent.
So, you spoke about, there's so much opportunities on the continent to grow, to expand, to bring something unique, to sort of, lay down your footprint. There's so many people who are watching out there who they've never been to the continent.
Yes.
Like, what would be your advice to them? I'm sure, I've got quite a few people who watch us from the US as well, from America. Yeah. What would be your advice to those watching?
Obviously, I think you need to go. It's very difficult to plot your moves when you don't have an understanding. And unfortunately, because we haven't been provided a lot of information formally through our education, when we think of Africa, we can be really disconnected with the reality. I don't know if this was the case with you, but I know when I was going, I had to keep fighting back those stereotypical views of Africa, because I was just like, okay, what if something happens to me? What if the people aren't nice to me, or whatever, and I had to kind of, like we talked about earlier, you kind of have to look at those thoughts and evaluate them. Like, where are these things coming from? And the reality is we don't have much actual substance about the continent to kind of debunk these stereotypes. So they do rise up in us. And once I went, I was sold. I was absolutely sold. since the day I went to the continent, I was sold. I know my very first impression was I went to South Africa. I flew into Johannesburg. And when I landed, I immediately got angry because I saw that the pilots of the plane were black, all the gate agents were black, the billboards had black people on it, and I felt bamboozled. I was like, so I've been dealing with these folks all this time, and there was a place I could go and be around mine, and I wasn't even aware of it. So I was quite angered by the fact that if I had never traveled, I wouldn't have experienced it. There's so much on the continent that we just have never seen, never even had a concept of, except for those of us that have physically gone and traveled, or maybe some of you that have seen our videos, but there's nothing like actually being there. I see someone ask the question, where to go on the continent. I would say that you would have to actually research your interests. Yeah.
And then visit.
Yeah.
At least start with one African country.
Right. You can do things such as, depending on what language you speak. Obviously, I come from America, so I'm partial to English speaking countries. So there's Ghana, there's Nigeria, there's Kenya. I think they speak English in Rwanda as well.
Yes.
They speak English in many countries. There are some countries that are French speaking, so Senegal, Congo, Cameroon. So
Togo.
you could Togo. You could start maybe by, okay, I want to go to a French speaking country, or I want to go to English, or I want to go. There are a couple countries that do Portuguese, Cape Verde, and what's that one? Mozambique.
Oh,
so so you can maybe start with language. If you are already in, contact with Africans in your location in America or across Europe, they're also a great glimpse into the cultures on the continent. Like I said, I got interested in Ghana because I was always around Ghanaian people.
You had that exposure.
Exactly. And I loved them. And I thought, okay, if this is their homeland, then Ghana's going to be lit. And basically at that age, in my university days, it was about the parties. It was about the parties and it was about the boys. I was like, shoot, the Ghanaian guys are hot. The parties are lit. So I was like, okay, if this is a Ghanaian party here in Ohio, if I go to Ghana, it's going to be on steroids. So I was thinking just socially, like, this is about to be great, So, and I like the way African people dressed. I love the kente cloths, the bright fabrics, the people had swags. I went to a couple weddings and the gowns were beautiful. And just, these what maybe superficial things were attractive to me, like the same way some people like kimonos in Japan, or they like the saris from India, or whatever. They want to see the grass skirts in Hawaii, certain things that are appealing will draw your attention. So I got drawn to Ghana because of my relationships with Ghanaian people. But some of you guys can, evaluate those relationships, do some research, check out the music. I also loved, West African music.
Music is lit.
Nigerian music, Ghanaian music is just off the chain. It
really is lit.
And at that time too, before I came here, Afrobeats was like exploding. So I knew the main people in the Afrobeats market was Nigeria and Ghana.
Yeah.
And Azonto was really big back then. It took the world by storm. So, I was just thinking, like, in terms of socially at that time, I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to have fun in Ghana, the parties, the boys, the good food, great weather. It's going to be lit, So those were some of the reasons I chose Ghana. However, you might look at attractions. There are a lot of attractions on the continent. Do you want to go see the pyramids? Do you want to see the Pink Lake in Dakar, Senegal? Do you want to see the skyscrapers in Nairobi? Do you want to go and learn about the Asante Hene, which is the Asante King in Ghana? Do you want to go to climb mountains in South Africa, or see the wildlife in Zimbabwe or Zambia? You kind of pinpoint, okay, what kind of vacation you want. I'm modern Africa, okay? So I like being in Africa, but having some of the conveniences, but still having access to, the culture and stuff. So big cities attract me. I visited Lagos so far. I've been to Nairobi. I've been to Joburg. I've been to Accra, Cairo, so I've seen some of the big cities on the continent. And what I like about Ghana is like, although it's a big city, it's still very Ghanaian. You know, I wouldn't say that. I don't feel like when I go to Accra that I'm in like New York City. You know,
still very African,
yeah,
very
still
Ghanaian,
very, yeah.
culture,
you still,
everything.
you know, everywhere you go, you're
because
gonna
I
hear
think
the
people
language.
be worried about the fact that, you know, the transformation of Africa.
Yes, that it's not authentic.
It wouldn't be authentic,
yes.
exactly.
Yes.
But you're saying actually it's not like that.
Yeah, and like it's still. I mean, even Lagos. You know, you know you're in Nigeria. Like you feel the Nigerian flavor when you get there, even though these are big cities. So it's important for me to have that blend because I don't want to be on the continent and feel like I'm in America. You know, like when I go to South Africa, I felt like, oh, this is Atlanta. You know, this is anywhere USA. You know, so I'm able to capture, you know, that blend that works for me on the continent. But it might be there are other people that really love Kenya. You know, people have, and I think sometimes it's for the like kind of where you drop on the continent. A lot of people grow that relationship with their first place.
With their first, even for me, like when I went to Ghana, I was like, Ghana is where I want to be, and then obviously that's changed. So you're right.
So some people venture out to Kenya because there's a great currency exchange. You know, it's quite affordable compared to what we pay in the West and things like that, and they like Kenya. Some people don't like the super hot weather of West Africa, so they prefer something more moderate. You know, it just depends on you as an individual. But guys, at the end of the day, listen, I just got to be honest. Okay, I know this ain't my channel, but I just got to be honest. You have to do the work. Okay, you can't expect us to tell you and give you everything. You have to figure out some things for yourself. Go research Africa. You can do it through Google. You can do it through YouTube. Find some things that you find interesting. Maybe if you're a history buff, you might like Ethiopia because there's a lot of ancient history there. You know what I mean? If you want to go and learn about, there's also ancient history in Senegal. You know, they have the library there, I believe the first library. And, you know, so what do you like as an individual? Are you trying to party? Are you looking for agriculture opportunities? Are you trying to find your mate? You know, do you want to be in a place where, you know, you can connect with religion? You know, maybe you practice Islam, and so you want to go to a Muslim country where you can be with your brothers. You know, these kind of elements. We can't give you all the juice
because our experiences
is different.
And perceptions are going to be different to yours. Like we may visit a country and think, well, we really vibed with this, like just like you vibed with Ghana. And then you know one of you guys go out to Ghana and you're like, not really feeling this. So it's about you going to the country of your interest based upon, you know, what it is that you enjoy, and just go out there and actually see how you feel the place and then decide upon whether that's for you or not. Guys, I'm seeing you guys here. I just wanted to just do a little plug. We have the Afrikan Superstar in the building.
Hey.
Can we please get the likes?
Stay black and true. You got to.
Yes. She has a channel. If some of you guys are not familiar with the Afrikan Superstar, please go over to her channel and subscribe. She has amazing content.
Thank you.
She is relocating to Ghana and she'll be documenting her journey there, and it's going to be phenomenal. So you need to watch her. Like, she's doing big things, and if you're not following, you're going to miss it. And you don't want to miss it. So go over to her channel and subscribe. I also want you to give them your website as well.
Oh,
so do a little plug.
Okay,
please.
Thank you. Guys, I do also have a website. I actually source jewelry from Kenya. That's part of my business from the Maasai tribes. I have very unique statement, you know, Afrikan Superstar approved jewelry on my website. I also have some kentes and Ankara prints from Ghana, as well as my own collection, which is Black Lover Stay Single. I'm wearing the shirt today. There you go. This is it. I designed this. So I have my collection. My website is www.theafrikansuperstar.com. That's African with a K. And I have super dope clothes. I have masks, backpacks. I have clothes for the fellas, clothing for the ladies, dresses, flip-flops, you know, bathing suits, swim trunks, everything. So, you know, support Black, buy Black. I try to have a variety of items for you guys. So please do check out my products. They're super dope. They'll make you be proud when you wear them. You'll get some confidence
Whoop,
You
whoop,
know.
whoop. So, guys, please go over to her channel, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Please go and also check out her website. She has a variety of products on there that may interest you. So please go ahead and support her. Yeah, thank you guys so much. I had a question for you, and it's like, the question is basically like, if you couldn't get to Africa, how would you feel? Like,
yes, devastated.
If you had to stay in the West, because obviously right now we're in the UK, but
right. I would be really devastated. I actually had a meltdown right after the lockdown because I had just traveled back from Kenya. I had just come back to the UK on March the 1st, and then they started our lockdown here on the 21st. Mm-hmm. And when I had that realization that I was going to be stuck here, I literally just had like a breakdown. Like I was crying like every day for a week. You know, big shout outs to a lot of my friends that reached out, my girlfriend Linda, my friend George. You know, they were very supportive in helping me, you know, get back in a good mental space because I was really devastated. I actually moved from America here to the UK to prepare to go to Ghana. So I've never intended to be here for a long term. And I started planning last year to move this summer. So it's been very devastating, but I really feel that I would not be able to achieve my dreams unless I'm on the continent. My dreams are now been formulated about being in on the continent, so I can actually do the things I want to do here. You know, the opportunity is not here for me. The opportunity is only there. So I would be really, really, really devastated if I could not, you know, realize that dream, because it's necessary for me. And the reality is, this is bigger than you and I. This is the foundation for the future generations. We have to do the legwork. So if we, for some reason, don't do it, that puts them at a disadvantage, you know, because the race for our homeland is on. Other foreigners are seeing the potential and the opportunity, and they're going, and they're not deliberating. I mean, obviously, you could probably see that in Rwanda.
Oh yes.
You know, from the foreigners coming, and foreigners coming to Ghana as well.
From my travels on the continent, I can see that, you know, a lot of foreigners, non-blacks as well, they're eating up the continent. You know, so it's like we need to go there and take up the opportunity. We need to go there. We need to go there now. Like there shouldn't be any delay of, oh, should I not? But then
10 years,
10 years, 15 years. Oh, maybe I'm going to retire on the continent. And by that time, you're like, actually, you know what? I'll stay put where I am. Like, yeah, and a lot of people complain that, you know, you have like the Chinese or the Asians and others who are taking over the continent. But what do you have to bring? Like, what do you have to bring to the table? Like, come to the continent and do something. Don't just complain that all the
situations are happening. Exactly. Yeah, and you're not contributing.
And then you're not contributing to that. So don't complain. Just come and create jobs, create opportunities, like leave your mark, leave your legacy. Now, like, I think there's one more question I wanted to ask you. You know, like, Ghana is where you're going.
Right.
Africa is where you want to be.
Absolutely.
Is there anything that can change your mind, and why not?
No. You know, kind of to speak to what we talked about earlier, I've always actually been very displaced in these environments. You know, I personally feel that I have tried my best to matriculate in these environments. You know, I went to school. I tried to work my way up. I've tried to be, you know, peaceable with the people around me and all of those things. And I've never felt satisfied, you know, and I've never felt that I belonged. And I've always been cognizant of this not changing. You know, I look back at my parents and my grandparents and my aunties and stuff, and I see, you know, what has impacted their lives. And I realize that unless I do something different than what they've done, that I am subject to this outcome as well. So for me, I have absolutely got to take my chances on the continent. If it doesn't, if for some reason things don't work out or whatever, at least I can rest easy and say, you know, I've given a valiant effort. I've tried everything I can, and it just didn't work. But just sitting here and being complacent while I see the situation, I don't have peace. You know, to be honest, I don't have peace right now because I feel like, Gina, you need to raise up. You need to, you know, do as much as you can. And until I realize that dream, I don't believe that I will have peace. So yeah.
For me, like, I really see you doing really well on the continent. I feel like you've got so much.
I receive that.
I feel like failing is not an option. Like,
it's not.
It's not an option.
I'm very ambitious, though.
Yeah, it's not an option for either of us. So. Right. For me, like,
Definitely
you've got to win.
Definitely.
And I see you winning. So guys, please support her. Like, she's doing amazing. So before we close, I just want to say, do you have anything you want to say to the people out there? One final word.
Well, thank you. First of all, thank you, Visionary family, for having me. I see some of the Afrikan Superstar family has also joined us. Big shout outs to you guys. And thank you so much for your support. If you're not subscribed to this sister, please do. She's actually Afrikan Superstar endorsed. Okay. I spent time with this sister, but I knew she was special from the moment I saw her on Woe to My. I could just deduce that. You know, because we have a lot of people in the social media space and they just talk rubbish and they're not serious. But I could tell, you know, the vigor in your spirit. And I was so happy because, you know, after a while, you start thinking like, maybe I'm just crazy. You know, you see all these Black people around you and you're like, are they okay with this? Are they okay with how things are going? And every now and then you run across somebody and you're like, okay. Yeah. Finally, I thought it was just me, but this person has a similar perspective. So thank you so much for being, you know, a very pleasant person to spend my afternoon with. And I think you're wonderful. And I fully support your platform and what you're doing here. And to our viewers, you know, in the most polite but blunt way, you need to do the work, you know. Again, we are here as a platform for you and kind of a springboard and a resource. However, you have to take this is your life. You know, we are actually already enacting things. You know, she's already lived on the continent. She's already spent extensive time, you know, 3 months in Ghana. That's what some Ghanaians don't even spend in a year in Ghana. Yeah. So, you know, she's already starting to do the work, you know, taking her family back and forth, building up her prospects back home. I've been traveling, setting up my business, getting acclimated. You know, we are doing the work. You have got to do the work for you because the fruit of your life is going to be the direct correlation of the actions that you do and don't take. And you can't keep coming to the chat room and asking us the same questions because you need to take some initiative and figure out what you're going to do. Sit down with yourself. Make a game plan. It's really not that hard. If any of you guys have traveled to Mexico or gone to the Bahamas or gone out to Asia or even here in Europe, it's as simple as booking a ticket, okay? Maybe organizing your visa, finding some lodging, and going. You know, going to Africa is no different than going to any other place in the world. That's right. And we make it complicated, but it's not. So if you want to go, you know. And actually a lot of places you go on the continent, the currency exchange is great. You'll be able to stay somewhere posh for cheaper. You'll be able to, you know, get nice food for good, you know what I mean? You can do it, you know. So I would just encourage you to take some initiative in your own life, okay, and help realize your dreams. We have limited time, guys. We don't have forever to live, and a lot of us are already adults. So that means we've already depleted some of our time. And so it's very important to be effective. So big shout outs to you guys there. GK, I see you. Righty B. We got the Afrikan Superstar family in here deep.
Whoop, thank you guys.
But I know some of them they're now part of your family too. They've subscribed. So big shout outs to our family.
Big shout outs. So it's been phenomenal having you here. It's really, for me, it's been a blessing getting to know you. And, you know, I'm really happy that we're in touch.
I know, it's awesome.
Yeah, I'm just like, you know, I'm blown away. Like, I feel like you're a very special person. And I say that from the heart. Literally, no, seriously. Like, she is a phenomenal woman and bigger and better things are coming your way. I know that for sure. And we're going to support her all the way. Like, seriously, if you're not here to support all the way, just
wow,
like, you have to be here to
she's
support
a pistol,
all the way. You need to, if you say you're going to support, like, just give it the 100, because we're doing amazing things. Like people are not taking such a bold step.
You're right.
And putting aside the fear, and all the things that goes on in your head about, all the negative things that come along with, people saying, oh, why would you want to move to the continent? But we're actually going there. We're doing it.
We're pioneering. That's what it is.
We need support. We need the support of people out there who are watching us. And
I hope you guys are supporting Lady Visionary on her channel. Real talk. You know what I mean? With the likes, sharing the videos, super chats or donations, all that stuff. Because, again, it takes courage. And what we're doing on the continent, guys, if we're 100% honest, it does take resources. Okay? You cannot travel to the continent for free. You can't do visas for free. You can't do lodging for free. You can't start businesses for free. And although a lot of us are raising our own capital, we have businesses and things like that, support from our audience is vital, especially if you want these resources. Some of you guys that are traveling are like, oh yeah, I need a place to stay. I need somebody to pick me up from the airport. I need this, I need that. I need a travel guide. How can I start a bank account in Rwanda or Ghana? You have people that are providing these resources to you. You need to look out.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
definitely.
Simple. So yeah, definitely. So I appreciate you having me here and sharing your family and everything with me. It's so such a beautiful like afternoon. I'm just like, wow.
Thank you. Thanks so much for being here. We appreciate every single one of you who've been watching. Please go ahead and share this. I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much, and take care. Don't forget to like, and if you're new, please, the African Superstar. Thank you.
Bye, guys.